Dragon Ball Z is an anime that will always have a chokehold in the anime community. Whether you like it or hate it, you have an idea of what the show is. There is always a consensus on what exactly is being discussed when it comes to Akira Toriyama's next move when it comes to his most prized possession. New chapters, new anime adaptations, new movies, games, even dolls. Trust me, even dolls. I'm not joking. When Tenkaichi 4 was first announced on Twitter, dudes were going crazy. People that weren't even talking about games, people that haven't touched a PS4 or PS5 since the 2010s. We're talking about oh, I can't wait to get back into this game. The viewers relating to the characters can be one of the main reasons why we all love the show, on top of all the merciless beatdowns and all the boxing. But a character that you and I may relate to more than usual is Piccolo. Piccolo's Namekian heritage, along with his stoic demeanor and fierce fighting style, has made him a fan favorite character and an integral part of the Dragon Ball Z's enduring legacy. And one of the most common things regarding Piccolo that I hear within the Dragon Ball space is that he is black, or that he acts black. And even before the world of the internet, when I was a little ass child with a big head, I used to think that as well. But why? I've always wondered that to myself. I don't know about you guys, but I've never connected more to a Dragon Ball Z character than Piccolo. And there were some DBZ characters that were actually meant to be black that I didn't even realize were black until someone told me. Toriyama got some blood on his hands on this, man. I can't even forgive him for that. But back to my actual questions. Why do we think Piccolo is black? There must be some traits that Piccolo may have that may just in full connect to black traits. So let's talk about it.
That nigga sure going 2 for 2. Coming up quick, ain't you check the news? Life too good, I don't got no blues. Nigga, only blues I got is cash.
So is there a right answer for this? Is there a specific reason or study done for most of us to believe that Piccolo is indeed a black man? No, there's no right answer. You can disagree with me all you want, but it's always something that's always been in the back of my head. You know, even when I was younger, I used to think that Piccolo was from the Afrocentric diaspora. So let's look into the reasons. I've asked my friends and I asked people close to me their thoughts, and these thoughts have definitely been spewed throughout the video. So stay tuned. Piccolo has always been a character who's had a strict and cold persona. Very rarely would you see him smile or gag funny scenes unless it's up in the bracket of inconvenience or disturbance. What I'm basically saying is that Piccolo is not making jokes and funny remarks the same way Goku and Krillin would, or even the rest of the cast. A lot of viewers believe this can correlate to the strict black dad trope that we tend to see in movies and as well in real life. Their way of discipline is very much how my dad was when I was younger, and can definitely see why we think Piccolo's role as a stern guardian figure while training Gohan, as well as his tough love and discipline to almost forcing out love and appreciation comments, can be seen as something a black dad would do. Even when he was training Goten and Trunks, he made sure to get things done before goofing off. While Piccolo isn't black physically, he sticks out like a sore thumb with the rest of the Z fighters. Piccolo is not only enormous when it comes to height, but he's also green. He's the only green character from the main cast, the only Namekian on Earth who was out there boxing with the rest of the cast. Now, there are other non-human characters who live on Earth. We've seen humanoid characters with animal heads in the show, but Piccolo's just different. And the best way to describe him, dude is literally almost a token black character. The only Namekian in the group, just like in most TV shows. His voice is very deep, and we can't forget about his fit. Look at this, man. He looks fresh out, man. He looks like Fresh Prince. Bro got drip. I can't lie. That's a black man's drip right there.
That nigga sure going 2 for 2. Coming up.
Not really his history, but Namekian history. Piccolo was born on Earth, however, is a Namekian by blood. Piccolo went to Namek in the Dragon Ball Z series in order to search for the Namekian Dragon Balls. He hopes to use them to revive his fallen friends from Earth and aid Gohan and Krillin, who had suffered under the hands of Frieza during the battle on planet Namek. Additionally, Piccolo was aware of Frieza's plan to use Dragon Balls for his own nefarious purposes and felt a responsibility to protect the Namekians and prevent Frieza from attaining immortality. So like the Black King Piccolo is, Piccolo actually goes back to the motherland and truly understands himself and his peers, almost finds himself again. Heck, he even fuses with one. The Namekians are shown to have suffered oppression and persecution at the hands of villainous Frieza. You're living your life peacefully to an extent, and a random white creature comes along, causes havoc because he's looking for something that you may have. Where have I seen that before? You can ask any person of color, characters that feel close to their ethnicity that aren't, when it comes to me as a black man, characters like Darwin from Gumball, Skeeter from Doug, Garnet from Steven Universe, Arthur, the Grim Reaper from Billy and Mandy, and many more do feel like that. Now, the reason one may feel this way may follow. It may be because of the character's voice actor. That's the case with Darwin and Garnet being voiced by black people. Maybe the way the character speaks, might resemble an ebonic monotone, or even the way the character dresses, their interests, and how their household operates. It's very interesting that something as little as attributes that you can connect to can be seen as a reason why you may portray a character as black, or even as the ethnicity you resemble with. But at the same time, some of these shows, especially during the early times, there were very little to no black characters when it comes to representation. And if they were there were literal stereotypes or token black characters. The reason why a lot of us claim Piccolo can also pave into that road. Let's use a canonically black character from Dragon Ball Z, for example. Killer, Officer Black, Oob, who turns out he's not even black according to my research, and Mr. Popo. Not only are most of these characters' designs just off-putting, but these guys are just total weaklings and lames. Everyone here bar Popo, to a very minor extent, don't even have an important role to the show. The lack of good representation of black people in media, and especially in Dragon Ball, has resulted in this. As a result, black people have resorted in claiming any character that displays traits and behaviors of black personality. That will alert and remind them of their own cultural and racial foundation. Finding legitimacy of their own skin color, they claim non-black characters in order to properly feel represented. And also because they look cool. Overall, I may be thinking too hard about this, but for the most part, these are the reasons of what my peers and what I've taught as to why we thought Piccolo was black. Piccolo, for the most part, is very different from the vast majority of the Dragon Ball Z fighters cast, and that's just how a lot of us see ourselves in a similar light. You may not even realize it, but being the only black kid in the classroom, or maybe being the only black kid in the workplace, that's just something that I've always experienced in my life. You might not, but I have for sure. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What other characters resemble your ethnicity when it comes to TV shows or cartoons or anything like that? Along with Piccolo, I always got the feeling that Shikamaru was a little black. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. Maybe some characters that speak in a little bit more of a Latin accent might resemble a more Hispanic background or things like of that nature. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please leave a like and please drop a comment down below. If you are into Dragon Ball Z, I made a video talking about Tenkaichi 4. Go check that out. And if you're interested in black talk, I talk about a lot of black topics. I made one discussing minstrel shows, of how characters or how people online embarrass themselves for views, and black people embarrass themselves with racial bigotry, like self-inflicted racial bigotry on themselves. Check that video out, it's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.